So I was thinking a little bit about judgment earlier today, or judgments that we make based on what we see and what we hear throughout the day. This probably came up for me because I went into the bathroom and took one look at myself in the mirror and was like, whoa, I'm not wearing any makeup, which is fine. My hair clearly has not been brushed. And I'm sure if somebody were to see me right now, like you're seeing me right now, you probably have a few thoughts about that. So the same thing I think is true for things that we hear or things that people tell us. We form judgments. So for example, let's say you have a friend who has been in the banking industry for 20 years or so. And they're really successful at their job. They have a great life, and they seem really happy about it. And then one day they just say to you, you know what? I think I am going to quit my job and I'm going to buy a camper and I'm just going to travel across the US visiting every single national park. Like, you would probably have a judgment about that. You probably think, why would you give up that really good job? How are you going to pay your bills? Like, our first instinct is to have a judgment about it rather than saying, wow, that sounds really cool. I'm excited for you. Or maybe on a more serious note, you have a family member who was recently diagnosed with cancer. And after getting the news, they've told the family that they're not going to go through any kind of treatment. And you're like really upset about that. You don't understand why they don't want treatment. You want them to get treatment. You're angry about it. So, you formed a judgment. This person isn't being rational. They're not being reasonable. Of course, they would want the treatment. Instead of, taking a step back and removing the judgment and saying, I'm really sorry that you're going through that. That must be really hard. What can I do to help you? So that is really one of my goals in creating Seacoast Listening Lounge for women, is to have a safe space, to have a spot where you can go where the judgment is just removed. It's not there. You can say whatever it is that you want to say, talk about whatever you want to talk about, and there is no judgment. I'm there to support you. I am there to listen to you, and that is all.